Okay, today we're looking at Unit 2's New York State Test Practice page. Let's go ahead and get started. So, which number is both a factor of 60 and a multiple of 6? So here's the biggest thing with this is you have to remember what is a factor and what is a multiple. Remember that a factor requires a factor box. Remember that should be the first thing that pops in your head is a factor box for a factor. Multiple means you're counting by. So when I tell you, what are your multiples of 2? You tell me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What are your multiples of 5? 5, 10, 15, 20. So multiples of 6 mean if I count by 6, I'm going to say this number. So let's start going through our answers. It is a lot easier to figure out the multiples of 6 because all of these numbers are so low. So let's do that one first. All right, we know how to count by 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So here we go. 6, 12, nope, I don't say 10, so that can go. 6, 12, 18, oh, okay, so I do say 12, so leave that one there. 6, 12, 18, yep, I do say it, leave that one there. 6, 12, 18, 24. No, I do not say 20. All right, so I got rid of 2 answers by doing my multiples of 6. Now I need to figure out the factors of 60. So remember when we do our factors, we start at 1 and we do our box, make sure we go right in order. So 60 is a pretty high number. So I'm actually going to use some scrap paper because this one might be a little high here. All right, so 1 and 60, 2 and 30, 3 and, excuse me, 20, 4 and, does 4 go into 60? I don't know. I'm going to have to do a little side work. Excuse me. Ah, it does. 4 and 15. 5 and ah, it does. 12. 6 and 6 and good, 10. 7 and now I'm getting up into my facts. So count by 7s. Do we say it? Well, I know 7 times 7 is 49, 7 times 8 is 56, 7 times 9 is 63, so no. 8 times 7 is 56, 8 times 8 is 64, so no. 9, I just said 9 times 7 is 63, so that's not going to work. 10, oh, it's already there. Do your smile. All right, there's my factors of 60. Let's look at my choices. 12 and 18 are my 2 choices. Do I have a 12 or an 18 in there? I sure do. So my answer is 12. All right. A local cable company charges $4 for older movies and $8 for current movies, plus a monthly fee of $30. In July, Kendra ordered 5 older movies and 3 current movies. Which equation shows how much Kendra paid the cable company for the month of July? All right, so this is actually a lot easier than it looks. These answers are a little bit scary, but once we break them down, they should be okay. All right, so let's see what these mean. So first we start with our C. What is the C equals? Good. The C is the cable company, okay? So the cable company amount equals, all right, so let's see. They're going to charge $4 for older movies. Well, how many older movies did Kendra watch? She watched 5 of them. If that's the case, think about this. I watch 5 movies and each costs $4. What do I have to do? Hopefully you said multiply. If I watch 5 movies that each cost $4, I have to multiply 5 times 4. Now, let me look in any of the, oh, there we go. That one looks good. I like that B. I don't see a 5 times 4 here. I don't see a 5 times 4 here. So I'm kind of getting a little stuck on B. I like that B. But I'm going to keep going. All right, $8 for current movies. Okay, and she watched 3. So $8 for current movies, and she watched 3. So if I have 3 movies and they each cost $8, what do? Multiply. Here we go. Where do I see? Ooh, this one's looking better and better every time. I've got my 5 movies for $4. I've got my 3 movies for $8. I don't see that anyplace else. All right, and then it says she pays a monthly fee of $30. So no matter how many movies she watches, she could watch 1 movie, she could watch 100 movies. She still has to pay that $30. So that's an extra charge. We're not going to multiply that by anything because it's every month. It's an added charge. So we can see that 30 is added every time, and it should be. Well, with looking at our answers and looking at our problem, I think we figured out that the answer is B. It's the only one that has the number of movies times the amount of money, the number of movies times the amount of money, and the monthly fee. Okay? All right, Tony needs to buy hot dogs and hot dog buns for a cookout. He decides to get 24 of each. A package of 8 hot dogs costs $5 and a package of 6 buns costs $2. How much will Tony spend for hot dogs and buns in all? This is going to take some organization. Let's do it. All right. So he decides to get 24 of each. So he needs 24 hot dogs. I'm just going to make myself a little chart here. And this is to remind me that I need 24 hot dogs and I need 24 buns. You know that I'm a very visual person. I like to see it. I love my charts. Set it up so it helps you to see what you're doing. All right, I'm not even going to worry about the buns right now. Just the hot dogs. All right, so it says a package of 8 hot dogs costs $5. Okay, well, I don't need 8 hot dogs. I need 24 hot dogs. So how many packages am I going to need? If you said 3, you're right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make, because I'm such a picture person, here's my package of 8 hot dogs. 8 and 8. Does that make sense? 8, 16, 24. Okay. Now, each one costs $5. I've just made this very simple. So now, how much is it going to cost me for 24 hot dogs? $5, $10, $15. And I keep that all under my hot dog side. Now we're going to move over to buns. A package of 6 buns costs $2. Okay, well, I don't need 6 though. I need 24. So how many packages am I going to have to buy? 6, 12, 18, 24. So how many packages? 4. All right. How much does each one cost? $2. So how much do I pay for 24 buns? $2, $4, $6, $8. All right, so I'm done. Hopefully you said no. How much will Tony spend for hot dogs and buns in all? In all. Put it all together. 15 plus 8 should give you $23. Okay? Whenever you're struggling, draw a picture. It makes it so much easier. Helps you organize your brain. All right, the pattern below uses only circles, triangles, and squares. Extend the pattern by drawing the next 3 shapes of the pattern in the correct order. All right, so we've got, these are always rhythm. I always do them in a rhythm. Triangle, circle, circle, square. Triangle, circle, circle, square. Triangle, circle, circle, square. Easy. So my answer, by drawing the next 3 shapes, circle, square, triangle. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, a group of 23 students is going on a canoe trip. 3 teachers and 2 parents will also be going on the trip. Each canoe can hold 3 people. How many canoes will they need? So the first thing they want us to do this time, they want us to write an equation that can be used to determine the number of canoes. So, well, first thing we need to do is we need to figure out how many people we've got going here. So write an equation that can be used to determine the number of canoes they will need. Well, first we need to know how many people are going. So we have 23 students, 3 teachers. Look how slick they were there. They tried to put that in word form, thinking we would look over it. We know better. 3 teachers and 2 parents. Add that all together. So 6, 7, 8, 28. Okay. And then that's going to tell us that we need to put 28 people in some canoes. Now, each canoe can only hold 3 people. So what do I need to do with that 28 number? I need to take those 28 people and I need to put them, you go in this one, 3 in this one, 3 in this one, 3 in this one. So what operation is that if I'm dividing them up into canoes? Big clue there. You need to divide. All right, so C equals 28 divided by 3. 28 people divided into groups of 3 for each canoe. Solve the equation to find the number of canoes needed for the trip. Well, I know that if I count by 3s, I'm not going to say 28, so I need to divide to figure it out. So 3 goes into 2 0 times. Remember your process. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? So I divided into 0 times, multiply. 0 times 3 gives me 0. Subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2. Compare. Is 2 less than 3? Yep. Bring down my next. All right. How many times can 3 go into 28? Hopefully you said 9. There's my divide. Multiply. 9 times 3 is 27. Subtract. Get 1. Compare. Is 1 less than 3? Yes, I'm good to go. Bring down. Oh, there's nothing to bring down, so I'm good. All right, so let's talk about what this answer means. If I have 28 people and I'm dividing them into groups of 3 to put them in canoes, I'm going to need 9 remainder 1 canoes. What? 9 remainder 1 canoes. Well, what? Am I going to take 1 canoe and chop it up? Well, it's not even going to float. So think about how many canoes I need. I can't just do 9 canoes because then my poor little one friend is going to get left out. So how many canoes do we need so that everybody can be in a canoe? Hopefully you said 10, because then our 1 remainder can have their own canoe. So we're going to need 10 canoes. All right, let's talk about Mia. Mia's class has 35 chairs arranged in rows. Each row has the same number of chairs. Write a multiplication equation that shows the number of rows, the number of chairs in each row, the total number of chairs, and the total number of chairs. All right, so if she has 35 chairs, I've got to think of two numbers that multiply to 35. Pause this video until you figure it out because I'm about to give you the answer. 7 and 5 make 35. So if I have, that shows the number of rows, if I have 7 rows and then 5 chairs in each row, that's going to give me 35 total chairs. All right, 10 students join the class next week, so 10 more chairs are needed. The rows are arranged again so that each row has the same number of chairs. What could the new arrangement of rows and chairs be? Write a multiplication equation that shows the number of rows, the number of chairs in each row, and the total number of chairs. All right, so now we have 45 chairs that we need because we have 10 more students. So instead of 35, and remember guys, whenever you're looking at a problem and you're thinking, well, wait a minute, 10 students joined the class, so 10 more chairs are needed. How do I know how many I started with? Look at this number 6. This is all the same problem. We've talked about that, where sometimes the problem continues, and that's how this one is. So we have 45 students, two numbers that multiply to get 45. If you need some time to think about it, go ahead and pause. 9 and 5. So 9 rows of 5 chairs is going to give me 45 chairs. All right, the two products. Ooh, products that you found are both multiples of what number? So first, what is a product? The answer to addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Hopefully you said the answer to multiplication. Let's talk about multiples. When you count by a number, is there a number that I can count by that I will say 35 and I will say 45? Should have a big red flag going off because that answer should be 5. I count by 5s and say both of those numbers. And that is the end of Unit 2 review.